And obviously you've made up your mind, so I'm not going to stand in your way anymore.
Good.
When can we expect your return to the firm? Next week?
Try today, Robin.
That's ridiculous. Okay, the day's almost over.
Major change can happen in a few days, and I need to come back to the office and correct some things. So there's no better time than the present.
Yeah, so the ending scene of episode 10 leading into the first few minutes of episode 11 were certainly grating, to say the least, because Andi was coming across as, I want to use a term I heard growing up a lot, hard-headed as Penelope, in that you have a character who is level-headed and attempting to explain something to her, yet she refuses to accept the truth being told to her, and she's interpreting what she's hearing as a slight against her and doesn't want to hear it. Essentially, go back to several episodes ago when Penelope and Jordan were at the penthouse and Andi was trying to explain everything that's, been unfolding. These two came over here butthurt. Penelope got out of the witness protection. Jordan his campaign was done. Due to the investigation of Gary's stabbing, amongst other things, he is out of the running. So his career is ruined. Penelope's life is ruined. And now they're looking at Andi like, what the hell? You were about to marry this dude, so whose side are you on? And when Andi tried to explain to them, well, like I said before, Andi not telling them about the blackmail plot towards the end of season 7 was stupid. For the life of me, I cannot figure out why she refrained from telling them what was going on with Gary and what he planned to do. So, when she finally did blurt out, Gary was blackmailing you, it just seemed like a Hail Mary attempt, grasping at any straw she could in order to get back on their good side. And well, to be honest, and I defended Penelope in terms, okay, the slap was way too much. And yes, it was annoying to her. As a fan, we know things from Andi's perspective because we've seen things that Jordan and Penelope have not. However, when you look at things from their perspective, it does look like Andi's been shady and moving around funny. So, even when later on when Andi's at the hospital, Penelope pops up, she's trying to explain stuff, Penelope doesn't want to hear it, ends up slapping Gary and gets kicked out of the hospital. Andi's acting the same way right now. She's refusing to listen to Robin, who is trying to get her to accept, look, no one's trying to shortchange you or make it seem like you haven't done incredible things for the firm. But you have to look at it from my perspective. I'm the man in charge along with the other partners. And they're not just going to sit idly by while you go through one scandal after the next. Am I damaged goods? And Robin just had to take a pause like, because no matter what he said or how he tried to say it, Andi was not receiving what he was telling her. In her eyes, you're just holding me back. You're standing in my way. You're betraying me. No, I'm trying to tell you the harsh truth. And similar to how Penelope got banned from the hospital, Andi was, forced to leave work. And as Robin tells Hayden in the promo for next week, because the show comes back next week, her leave it went from temporary to indefinitely. So had Andi not gone to the firm, as Robin recommended she not do, things might have been different. I'm not saying that meeting with the partners wouldn't have happened, but I think it would have been less likely since Robin would have known that, okay, Andi's still going to lay low like I told her. So I've been saying for the longest time, I don't think Andi deserves to be partner. And two, even if she was made partner, she would just damage the reputation of the firm more than help it. Yeah, you've done things like Marie Willis and then, some of the earlier cases she took in season 1 and won big settlements for. It's one of those things where, look, you've brought a lot of money to the firm, but if you run the risk of ruining the firm's reputation. It's like for every win you get for the firm, there's another scandal or potential lawsuit that you are indirectly the cause of. So the partners and I need to decide what's the expression? If the juice is worth the squeeze. And Andi just refuses to accept that. So that's what made Andi so annoying in these episodes, where you couldn't tell her nothing. She didn't want to hear it. Even when the truth, it's like, you could argue that Robin is saying and doing all this because he's blinded for his feelings for Andi and wants to kind of keep her away from Gary or whoever else. But you could also say that Andi is blinded by her own arrogance. And maybe she is blinded by her feelings for Gary. It's like, anyone who stands in my way of being with Gary is an enemy. And you just hating on me because I'm good at my job. That's not it at all. So, yeah, Andi be tripping. And like I said, that's what makes her and Penelope one and the same. You can't tell them nothing. Karen's the same way too. But, well, hell, all these women are the same. But let me know your thoughts on Andi's depiction in these 2 episodes. And I will catch you all in the next video.